subway in Toronto. I have been on the subway in Berlin. I have been on it in Cologne. I have been on it in Paris. I have been on it in London. I have not been on it in Toronto.
Yeah, I'm taking you on the subway in Toronto.
We're doing it!
Let's get that from the subway in Toronto.
Just right up there with peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
What's not wrong with it?
Your European is showing.
What is not wrong with it? It's like peanuts, butter,
It's a Mary.
baby cream.
Hey, hi everybody, welcome to episode 10. Yay, spear fingers of Dine of the Day. Oh my god, yes.
It's okay. Birthdays are coming.
We are drinking
Birthday
cake tea. We should totally wear party hats and have balloons and eat cake for next week.
Yes.
Because it will be between my birthdays. So my birthday's on Monday, and then your birthday's the following week. So if we do it next podcast, we can have a little birthday
Just have
celebration.
two party episodes.
I love it. Party episode. Okay, cake. Red velvet cake, chocolate cake, peanut butter cake. We just talked about how much Christina hates peanut butter.
I can't do it.
I don't think I'd like peanut butter cake though.
Somebody made me a peanut butter cheesecake once. I ate it.
Cheesecake is best left untainted. I like just a plain old New York style cheesecake. So I'm Amanda, I'm Yarn Enabler on Etsy, Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry.
Why do we always forget Ravelry?
Why do we always forget Ravelry? And that's where like the Die Another Day
I'm
podcast
on there
is.
every day.
I'm not so much, and I actually sent you a screen cap of my inbox.
I yelled at her, just so y'all know. If you send her a message, I pointed out you should reply to them.
I'm very bad at returning emails on Ravelry because I didn't realize I had to have it set up to email a link, like to get a notification to write to
I
get
don't
it. So,
have that.
well, I never, because I'm only on Ravelry like periodically. I'm not on as much as you on Ravelry. And then I just never got emails knowing that I had emails. So I had maybe, I think right now I'm at like 26 emails unanswered and unopened. So I'm really sorry, guys. And actually, I'm behind on answering emails on Etsy because it's been such a crazy 2 weeks. But I'm going to work on that today. So hopefully I'll get that answered. And who are you? Now that all my dirty laundry's out there.
I'm Christina.
And she doesn't answer her phone.
And I'm the Cozy Knitter, and you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, Etsy. On Etsy, I'm the Cozy Knitter Shop.
Yeah, so yeah, see, that's who we are. Woo-hoo.
Oh, look at your fancy mug.
I know, I love these mugs.
So, how was your week?
Crazy, busy, insane. We got home late Sunday night from being gone all weekend at my daughter's dance competition. We left Thursday. It snowed, and we were camping, and it snowed.
So
it was cold, but her dancing was amazing. She won amazing platinum awards. I don't know if you know about the dance. Anyways, that's the highest level. Yeah. Anyway, she did really well. The whole studio did amazing.
That's
the
good.
top 5 marks in the whole competition. There was only like 450 dances this time. The top 5 were all our studio.
Nice.
And they had a favorite dancer kind of little dance off. And both senior and juniors were from our studio. So we were all very excited. Yeah, so now I'm only home long enough to literally do laundry, go grocery shopping, and then we're leaving again tomorrow. So I'm desperately trying to get a week of work done in 2 days.
Yeah, that's
So,
hard.
as you can tell, I was dying this morning, so we should do a dye check.
I have like, look at my finger. It has a spot on it.
Yay! I'm purple?
That one's purple.
That one's
The
purple.
other one looked more turquoise.
Green.
There you go.
So, yeah, because I was dyeing this morning. This is this morning, that's why it's fresher.
I was dyeing. I'm currently dyeing.
She's currently dyeing.
My
I
dye
can see
pots
it.
are on, and I just...
And I love how you have your recipe
Well,
book
and I also
beside you
dyed
and-
pink. I dyed like a
Pink
baby
doesn't
pink.
really show up on your hands.
So
though.
no, it doesn't really stain so much.
No.
I had green last night.
But we did have a question about why my hands are always dyed.
We did.
Can we skip right to the questions?
Let's do questions first.
Let's do questions. So we were talking about this a little while ago. Gloves are evil. I own gloves. I sometimes use them. I do if I'm going to have like a big dye day. But the problem with gloves, especially, I think we both agree with this,
Yeah.
is they get in the way, and we both find we accidentally transfer colors between where you don't want colors.
The gloves are usually textured
Yes.
on the palm, and then I
They get
find that
wrinkly.
the dye sort of gets just caught in there.
Yeah. And
And
if
I
you're not
can't-
constantly rinsing your gloves to get all the dye off, and then you're accidentally getting, blue on white or whatever,
Yeah.
something bad. And I find I get water either in through here or whatever, and then it gets in the tips, and then my fingers get all wrinkly.
I can't really
and-
feel what I'm doing with the gloves on.
Yeah, and I do all my dye cold dyeing, so a lot of the times I'm parting the skeins to color certain ways, and it's awkward when you're wearing, even if they fit well.
It's
still,
hard to find gloves that do fit well, though. They're all
hard.
kind of like,
I have very big palms and very short fingers, so if I want it to fit comfortably on my palms, they're way too long in my fingers, and you know what? I'm a very spontaneous dyer, so sometimes I'll just be like, oh, I've got a good idea. I'll just throw some dye on there, and then I ruin clothes. I wear a lot of black at home because I do a lot of random dyeing. But then it's just like, I barely remember to put on my apron, let alone my mask when
I
I'm
don't
mixing
either.
dyes. So, gloves? Call them bitch mittens.
well, this episode's not PG. So that Joanne had asked that question, why we don't wear gloves, and neither of us, we don't wear gloves.
No. I'd rather go in public looking like this.
More tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'd admit to that. You know what? It works for me. That's about the best answer. It's fun. It's the best answer. Yeah, it works.
It comes off.
It does. You know what? It comes off really well in showers. Have you noticed that? Showers, I don't know why. Maybe because I exfoliate in the shower?
Maybe. Probably.
Anyways, they won't be like this in 2 days.
No.
They'll have
I
more
had
color on
once,
them.
I dyed mine bright orange because I'd ordered more dye powder and the powder
Oh my
came
God.
to me and the cap had come off. So there was dye powder all so it was sealed inside of a bag, but I had to clean it up somehow. And my hands were
That was pretty
Bright.
crazy. Yeah,
that was
it
probably the
like-
worst my hands have ever been.
They were I don't even know what was that bright orange. They were just little oranges. They were.
Yeah, it was a really bright orange.
It was quite impressive.
It was
actually,
interesting.
it was interesting.
Yeah. We also had a different question by Lindsay, and she was wondering how much space do you need for dyeing and how do you dry your yarn? So I use my main floor, pretty much the entire main floor. My dining room table is where I do all of my packaging. So I spread all the orders out and then I play bingo and I put all the yarn on the bag that it's supposed to go in. So my whole dining room table's taken over by that. This is my shelf in my living room. This is what it looks like every day.
And this stuff
In
is
here,
full of wool and
this is
dyes.
dyes and different office supplies. Down below is all my blank yarn. This whole thing is full of yarn. I have very little in my living room that's...
You can't see, but over there is her winder and Swift on a little IKEA workhorse
Yep.
thing. And then over there
I've
is
got a mill,
winding
and
and,
winding
what do you
thingamajig.
call that thing?
Winding thingamajig. That's what I call it. And I do all my rescanning in the
I
living
don't know
room.
whether that makes you stupid or me stupid. That whole conversation.
Just pretend it didn't happen. We're both still smart. Yeah. So I use the whole living room to rescan. I do all my dyeing in the kitchen. I have yarn in my pantry.
I'm just as bad. So I have an even smaller house. We're hoping to move next year. So I know it's so
Too far.
exciting. No, it will be just down the street, so it's okay. So I use my whole kitchen pretty much, which is actually good because then I clean it every day,
Yeah,
and my
that's
husband
true.
loves that part.
I know, it gets the dishes done.
It gets the dishes done, it gets the counters wiped off, it gets everything put away. It actually works really well for
Yeah.
our house. And then the stove's always wiped down, microwave's always wiped down. Anyways, yeah, so I dye my kitchen, so I need to have the whole kitchen. And then in my living room, I wind, for my stripes, I rewind while I'm sitting on the couch and have my Swift on my, the big ottoman kind of thing. So I have it on that. So that takes up a substantial amount of room. I'm not as neat as this situation. I keep all of my cones in the cardboard box that they come in because they all come in nice little bags, and
Yeah.
And then my whole house kind of has wool around it. You should have seen when I was doing yarn box. Do you remember that?
That was something.
I had 3 huge drying racks literally taking up my whole living room. And they were all, the wool was draped on that. And then I had the big boxes as I finished each colorway.
It's like a yarn factory.
It was a yarn factory. But now it's not so bad. I have like a quilt rack almost that I try and keep all my wool on as it hangs up. And then as I reskein it, it goes in a bin like this that sits on. I have a little 4 of these in my living room. That is my work area. So it pretty much takes up my whole house. I have skeins hanging from the bulkhead between the living room and kitchen. I have skeins in the front hall. Yeah.
I don't have yarn upstairs.
No. High five.
No yarn upstairs.
Downstairs.
I do have yarn in the basement. I have stuff hanging downstairs to dry. So I just use a regular drying rack.
Yeah.
And it's either sitting in my basement and I have the heat vent that sort of blows onto it, or it will be sitting outside on my patio now under the gazebo to prevent the bird incident.
Yes, speaking of that, I have wool outside right now, and I swear to God, if a bird shits on it, I'm going to be so mad. Because I don't have the top of my gazebo on yet. Because it snowed this weekend. So I don't have my roof on my gazebo yet. And if a bird shits on my wool, I'm going to be really, really angry.
Scarecrow. You're going to need a scarecrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just put the dog outside. He can
There
stay
you go.
there.
He'll scare them.
He'll scare them. Anyway, so it takes a lot of room. Let's put it that way. Especially stripes. I think if you're just doing dyeing skeins, you might need a little less room.
Yeah.
But you still need to store the blank wool. You still, the reskating takes a lot of room. But you still need to store the blank wool. You need to dry the wet wool. You need to store all your supplies. Oh, my dyes. So you keep them in a cupboard in your kitchen and in here. I have that new really tall.
I know. I want one for my dye powders.
It works perfectly.
I want one.
Except for the big tall dye powders. But someone said they took one of the drawers out and then stood them up.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was thinking about doing that, but I don't want to mess up the beautiful gradient ombre. And mine fit perfectly on top.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm good. I got a whole new shipment of dyes.
Did you? I gotta order some more. I had one today where I was scraping the bottom. I'm like,
ooh, let me know because I missed a few colors. We can go with.
Well, you get the better shipping.
I know, so it was really weird. When I told her how shipping is usually really expensive for our dyes, and I got a sweet deal. I don't know why, and I texted her right away.
She's all excited about it. I'm like, oh, well, I don't need anything.
It was
but
like
let's
under
go try.
$20,
and I don't get the option. What is up with that?
So I don't know. So maybe
you must be a preferred customer.
Well, I spent enough money there. When I bought all the yarn box dyes, I was a little.
When we pick up acid in Michigan.
I love how the Canadians didn't care when we crossed back over home. They were just
like, yeah, whatever.
You're good.
And that's when we actually had the goods.
We had boxes of stuff. But whatever.
We should all say it's all legal. It was just
totally.
misworded.
And claimed on taxes, like completely legal here, people. I'm a good girl.
No.
So our next question was Abigail.
Yes.
She wanted to know about a free sweater pattern, and we thought of one right away that came right to our heads.
Tin Can Knits.
Love them.
They have a series of just basic patterns for all kinds of things. There's hats and there's sweaters,
socks. They have sock
pattern,
and they're free.
Yeah,
and they're really well explained. I love a Tin Can Knit pattern.
And I believe it was like a worsted weight sweater too.
Like that.
So you're not knitting like a fingering weight sweater.
No, I actually wouldn't suggest knitting a fingering weight sweater unless you want to hate knitting forever. I did a DK. I did a DK one, and that was a lot of knitting.
I did 2 as sample knits, and they were size 42s. And one was a tank top with a matching cardigan.
God, and it was linen.
It was in linen, 100% linen.
Gag me. You couldn't pay me to knit in linen, and they did pay you to knit in linen. You can't pay me to knit in linen.
I don't mind linen, but it took me a while to get used to it because it had a very different
straw
texture.
I mean, it's lovely once it's washed.
Yes,
you just have to
can abuse it.
Yes.
Like, I'm very careful when I'm washing and blocking my sample knits because obviously it's not mine to keep and I'm being paid to do it, so I want it to be perfect. But this stuff, washer and dryer.
That would be nice. I admit.
That was nice.
That would be nice.
And it did soften it up quite a bit. I've heard people that will take the skein and untwist it and then they will soak it and dry it, and then it will soften up a bit.
We need a lot of figure 8 ties.
Yeah.
I can just see that going very raw.
No, you just leave it to soak and take it back out.
You put it in the dryer.
No, you hang it to dry after.
Oh.
But
I know people who put wool in the dryer.
yeah,
I'm not that
I'm not. But what I did with the linen to get to soften up was I just caked it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that way, because it would really get the
Yeah.
fibers moving, right?
Yeah. But I know Tracy from Grocery Girls, she's been loving knitting with linen.
Tracy!
And she made market bag and was it a shawl? I want to say from linen.
That would be really nice in the summer, a linen
Yeah.
shawl.
I want to make a what do they call it? Color affection shawl. So I have
a confection shawl.
I have a white and a pink and a brown.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
That would actually look really good on you. Those are colors I can see wearing.
I think that's what I want to do because I was knitting a color affection shawl and I don't love it. I had to pull it out.
You've had a lot of problems with this one for color affection.
Yeah. So I think there's more contrast between these 3 skeins and that it will make a nice wrap for summer.
Yeah.
I'm going to give linen another try. I haven't knit anything in linen for myself.
It'll be nice once it's washed, like you said.
Yeah. Might try to soften it up before I start.
Might be worth it.
Anywho, that was a roundabout way of saying that we think Tin Can Knits probably has a really nice free sweater pattern. But there'll be lots on Ravelry. Just go on and like put your filters on when you're doing your pattern search. Or if anybody knows of a pattern that's nice, free, sort of beginner simple pattern, link it. Just link it on Ravelry for this episode.
That would be great because I'm always open for new sweater patterns. Because that is on my list for 2016 is a sweater.
A sweater? Yeah.
Probably won't start till fall, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not doing so well with finished objects.
I have cast-on-itis.
I have buying-itis. I don't even have cast-on-itis. I want to buy all the wool.
Okay, so should we look at what we've been working on this week?
Yes.
Do you have a whip?
I have a whip. I actually have a few whips I want to do. Just a general where I'm at with these whip situations. So my oldest one that I brought with me are my cowboy socks.
Oh, yes. So who are these for now?
These are going to be put away, I think, for my youngest. Because my daughter already had a pair made for her. So these are kind of on hold. I'm almost done that one. But yeah. And then I'm also working on a shawl.
Oh, this is your one of your yarn box colorways?
This is water. I don't know. You can't really see the purple inside. Which I still haven't put up because I've been so crazy busy with dance stuff. So I've started a bit. I need to do more, obviously.
What pattern is it?
The one that you're going to link right here on the bottom.
Okay.
I can't remember. And I forgot the piece. I have a piece of paper that I'm currently on in the pattern, but it doesn't show, it doesn't say the name.
Oh.
Because I'm on the second page.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so I'm working on that still. And then, what else have I got? So then I have my current purse sock, which is
Heel tag.
Oh, I'm done the heel on the wrong side. Did you see the Instagram?
I did.
So you know how I was making the super fancy top and I was slipping stitches every once in a while? And then didn't I put the heel on the top because I'm that awesome? And I finished the heel before it went, and then I realized, and I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna keep going. So these are the socks from BC Yarnings. It's their sparkle saturated sock in the, wait, you know what I found? Yeah, but, oh shoot, no, I lost it. I literally had the sleeve right, here it is. I'm hopeless. Jewel, yeah, BC Yarnings. And I'm loving it. It's, love the sequence of the stripes. So I can't wait to wear these. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do it my regular length, which needs another, probably go to the gold
Before you start the
before I start the ribbing. So I'm actually almost there. Maybe another 2 hours, maybe another hour. But I got a little sidetracked because you know what I wound?
No, I do know. I lie.
And it wound up. Look at that, so pretty.
I know. I love it.
It looks so nice.
So bright and fun.
Yeah, and I love it. So I think I'm gonna pull from the middle. So I'm gonna make my first toe is gonna be turquoise because that's.
Oh, I forgot to give you the mini. The mini is turquoise.
Is the mini turquoise?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Do you have an extra one?
It's right here.
Woo!
Here you go.
Oh, look, it matches.
There you go.
There, I'll put that in my cleavage so I'm not showing so
Alright.
much boob.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So there we go. So these, as soon as I'm done the ribbing this weekend, actually probably when I'm driving out tomorrow.
When your husband is driving.
Yeah. Yes, I don't knit and drive. I'm a very good
Just clarify
passenger.
that.
Let's just clarify that, yeah. So these are going to be my next ones.
Yay!
They're jumping the queue. And then my box of socks is up there, which we can't really see. And it's getting rather full because I keep buying things.
More sock yarn.
More sock yarn. So that's what I have with me. I do have many more unfinished projects.
I've been working away too.
What do you have?
So, I
Please
have been
tell me
working-
there's needles on them.
There's needles on it.
Okay, thank God.
So I was working away on my Fine and Dandy socks. So,
oh, look, they're so pretty.
Aren't
I love them.
So these I'm entering into the Grocery Girls Fancy Feet Cal.
Nice.
Because I have never done these this flower pattern before.
Yeah, it's a new one.
So it's new.
I love it. I quite like it.
I know. I love how this is knitting up.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like how on the front that pattern is actually letting you see the different colors.
Yeah.
Because when you turn it around, you don't see
sort of
the pops
blends.
of
Yeah, it blends.
which is good, which is
Yeah.
what you like. But I like how on the front the flowers let that individual colors kind of shine through a bit more.
Yeah. So if you haven't, if you don't remember, this is Amanda's colorway, and it's her best friend's colorway, and I
Yes.
believe this is this yarn will actually be a prize in the Fancy Feet Cal for the Grocery Girls.
Yes, you know why?
I believe they're giving a skein away. So
Yes.
enter the Cal and you can knit these socks too.
Yes, I sent an extra skein out to them last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
They showed it on their most recent podcast.
Okay, and so I need
14.
to help the girls out here a little because there was an accident in the packing. So the white skein that you guys got, that's for your girls' night out socks. See here, like that.
And these were the socks knit by Freckled Whimsy by Carrie.
Freckled Whimsy, yeah. So she knit those. So you see how it's a white heel? That's why you got a white mini. I didn't mean to package it with the best friend. So sorry about the confusion, guys. We're still working out some kinks on our new packing system duo here. But I have it all written down now. So hopefully we can work out all the kinks. So yeah, so that's why you got a white mini with those. It wasn't for best friends. It was for girls' night out. Sorry.
But I love this one. And then I was also working on my other sock.
I just
So
love
this
all
is
the
my Freckled
project
Whimsy
bags.
bag.
I love all the project bags.
My
They
best
make me
friend's
so
socks are in
happy.
my Zigzag Stitches bag.
Okay, hold up all of our project bags right now because I think all of our project bags need a little shout out.
So
Squish these?
Freckled Whimsy, Zigzag Stitches, another Zigzag Stitches, another Freckled Whimsy.
And a grocery girl!
This is Mrs. Brown's
Mrs. Brown
bag.
bags!
My mother-in-law almost stole that when you left it on my well, I don't know if she would have stole it, but she quite
She
liked
might
it.
have.
She was asking questions.
And I still haven't used it as an actual stitch mark because I don't want to lose it, but my little monkey. Speaking of stitch markers, this one got shown on Instagram.
What is it?
And so you guys need to start emailing Christina and tell her you want her to make some.
It only has one. There's only one
This
of these
is my
in
special
existence.
one. Yes, this is mine. And I have never lost this bad boy. This is me.
You might better not because I'm not making
I should
more.
change. You should make more. She made the cutest little pencil ones. These I should change like my name to include like a little sock or something. That's cute. Yeah.
So my other sock that I've been working
Birdster! Bye bye Birdster!
on is my own colorway. This is Bye Bye Birdster, and we hit heel down.
Yay!
So I have my heel in.
And do you have your special gusset going on?
Yes, I
You have
do.
your special gusset.
It's kind of hard to tell, but it's a fish lips kiss, and then I insert a little gusset here to
How
give
many
it.
extra stitches?
On this one, I increased I think 5 or 6 stitches, 5 stitches on either side to do a little gusset just to give me more room around the instep, because I found the fish lips kiss heel is too shallow for me. So this is what I like to do. So if anybody else has that problem and you like knitting the fish lips kiss heel or any short row heel really, I wrote down my sort of modifications to make it a little more roomy, and that's in my Cozy Stripe Socks pattern. You can use it for, they don't have to be striped. Mine just happen to be striped. So yeah,
Love them.
this is mine with the slip stitches on the front.
That's what I was going for before
really
I put
like
my
how
heel
it's
on the
working
wrong
out.
side.
So you know what? Will you you heard the conversation, but I don't know if you caught it all. I was talking to my mum shortly after Amanda got here, and
you were speaking Danish.
yes, and I had put her out hunting for knitbro zings.
For what?
Knitbro zings. They're
I don't know what that is.
It's Knitters Pride's partner company or sister company in Europe. They're called Knit Pro, and they have all the same needles. Like they have the marbles, they have the carbons, they have the platinas, but they also have zings, and they look very similar to signatures.
Can she get me a pair too?
Maybe.
That'd be really wicked.
So we'll see.
Okay.
I hope she finds some.
I love it. That's one. I love that color. It's so pretty.
I do too. It's very bright.
Very bright. Very not you.
Very not me. But this was the challenge yarn.
This was the challenge.
To get me out of my comfort zone.
We need to do another one. Did we pick another one?
Let's do another one.
Let's do another one.
We'll just do another thread. We'll just decide right now. We'll do another thread. Yeah. Nominate your pictures, and
because they both sold really well too.
Yeah.
So why not?
I'm actually dyeing this one today. So if you ordered Birdster, it's being dyed today.
Actually, you know what? Best Friends was dyed this morning.
Yeah.
It's hanging outside my house now, so the birds get it.
Don't poop on it.
Don't poop on it. Look, can I just point out how awesome my stripes worked out for my heel?
Oh.
Didn't that work out awful? Awesome. Not awful. Awesome. It looks pretty awesome. So I just had to point that out. I totally didn't mean to do that. But I love when I'm just that awesome naturally that things happen. I love it. Anyways.
So you know what else I was doing?
What?
I was creeping Instagram, as one does. I went to look up the Die Another Day podcast hashtag, and I saw that there was somebody who had taken a picture of her tablet and with her knitting in front, and just saying, hanging out, knitting socks.
With us?
Perfect summer
I'm gonna
thing.
look it up. Oops,
but
sorry, guys.
So the thing was, her name is Enemid, and she is Danish, and one of the hashtags that she put was hashtag Finnes der ons like a podcast på dansk. Do you get all that?
No, but I want you to say that again.
Finnes der ons like a podcast på dansk.
That's awesome. What
Og
does
det ved
it
jeg
mean?
faktisk ikke, om der gør. Jeg har ikke set en. Jeg ved, der er en pige, der hedder Charlotte, som optager nogle forskellige ting på dansk på Periscope. Men jeg har ikke set det på podcast, så hvis du finder en, så må du endelig lige sige til. She's been begging me to speak Danish.
Love it.
There we go.
I love it.
There we go. So
that makes me so happy.
And Amanda is an avid sock knitter, and I just had to comment and say, you know what, they are the perfect summer knitting because they're small and they don't lay on you like a blanket would.
You just made my day.
It didn't take much.
No, I'm easily pleased. Oh, I found her. Oh yeah, I can't even read that.
No.
Wow, that's so cool.
And you know what?
I'm gonna like it right now. So if you're watching the podcast now, I literally liked it.
That was the exact moment we had this conversation.
That was the exact moment.
And you know what else? So I did.
Oh look, she talked to you. Mm-hmm. Did you talk to her?
Mm-hmm. I left a comment.
Oh, you wrote it in Danish too.
Yes.
Oh.
It's my mother tongue after all.
Well, nah, but perfect. Summer, I can pick out a few words. But that looks like mange.
Many.
This one? How would you pronounce that? Mange? No.
Mange.
Mange. Christina taught me a swear word earlier today in Danish.
It was the first swear word that my father taught my husband. Because so we used to live in Denmark in the summers, and my dad would come home from work and we'd sit down as one does and have supper. And after a couple of weeks, my husband's like, what is that word your dad keeps saying? I'm like, what word? And it was a bad word.
Pretty.
It was a bad word.
I didn't know you had a colorway like that.
Yeah, it's one of my autumn ones. It's currently not in the shop.
It's pretty.
Yeah. But so I was also watching from the Nordic dinner that the president hosted last week, I think it was. I think it's our Danish prime minister. I'm not sure. I'm really not.
Oh, we had a conversation.
I'm not up on Danish
should
politics.
know who her elected officials are. What's the point of democracy if you don't even keep track of that much?
It's been changing a lot. We've had too many elections, in my opinion.
There's no such thing as too many elections.
Yes. But anyways, he was doing
Julian Needles just started
He was
following
doing
me.
a speech, and it was hilarious. The speech, and it was hilarious.
Why? Why was it funny?
Because he was saying something about how he really likes Donald.
No.
And so he's going
Kick
on
him
about
out.
it. And the whole room is laughing. And then he points out that it's the one of the heads of the EU. It's a different Donald. Donald Tusk, I think his name was. And then he also said how the Nordic countries has given the States a lot. And they said, so there's Scarlett Johansson, who's of Danish descent. And
Who's going to be playing an Asian in another movie.
And
Don't even get me started on that.
And there's a few other people, Uma Thurman and Matt Damon.
Oh,
and
the
someone else.
hunk. No. What's his name from True Blood? Eric Northman. The actor. Oh, he's blonde. He looks like a Viking. What's his name? I hate when this happens to my brain.
We won't mention Hayden Christensen. That was a bleep.
Why?
You don't watch Star Wars?
No. Sorry.
Okay.
That's not one of my
Star Wars, you
geekdoms.
know what I'm talking about.
I have a lot of geekdoms, and that's not one of mine. Okay.
Okay, my nerd came out. So have you watched?
She's so nerdy. Oh my god.
I can't help it. So have you watched any podcasts this week?
I actually only watched a few, but
You were telling me about Knitting I Love.
Knitting
So
I
had it.
Oh my god, I love her accent. Have you
so
watched her? She's cute. So she's Ukrainian but living in Ireland. So her accent is Irish Ukrainian. Like you hear,
It's just
it's
funny combination.
and she's adorable. I absolutely love her. She has some really great projects to show. She had so her jar, which I thought was a really neat. When she finds a podcast that she likes, she writes it down and puts it in her jar. And I was very thrilled to be in her jar.
Yeah.
Which,
thank you.
yeah,
And
Alexander Skarsgård. He's got to be totally. I'll look him up. Maybe he is literally Danish.
no idea.
Oh, he's so hot. Look at that. Eye candy. See, you watch us for everything. Oh, sorry, Swedish.
There you go. No, we don't like the Swedes.
Anyway, so podcasts. So I love, yes, the Knitting I Love was a lot of fun. So if you haven't checked her out, yeah, and you know what? She hosted on her own website. So it was kind of, at first I tried to find her on YouTube, and that didn't work. And then I went to her website, and there was her blog.
I watch it through Ravelry. She links it up on Ravelry.
Oh, perfect. I like when people do that. It's helpful. And then you know what else I watched this week? It's a very tiny hidden gem called This Boy Podcast.
Oh,
Have you
I think
heard of
I
him?
watched
Eric
Yeah.
Sticks and Twines showed him.
Where's he from?
He has the most delicious Dundee Scotland accent.
Scotland. Yes, I did watch it. It was good.
And you know what? He completely enabled me. His latest podcast, he was showing he started dyeing wool himself.
Yes.
And he has bronze Stellina wool. And I may have bought a skein.
Bronze.
I've never seen bronze
haven't either.
Stellina.
Gold
I've
and
seen
silver,
gold and
yes.
silver. So when he said he had this bronze Stellina and he dyed it these gorgeous like golds and tans and
great.
browns, and I think if I remember correctly there were hits of blue and pink. I don't remember. It was pretty though. And so I thought, I need that. Because you know what? I don't wear those colors, but I should wear those colors because they actually do look good on me. So that's going to be my fall knitting. So I'm going to knit myself a
Cowl.
Yes, a cowl. Actually,
Were you all surprised?
You know what? No, I'm not going to knit a cowl. I'm going to knit another dragonfly.
Oh, yes.
Because that is my go-to scarf. I love the fit, the size. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, and it was a quick one. So I'm going, once I get this scheme from him, and he mailed it like before I even woke up the next morning. Like he was fully on ball. Once I get it, I'm going to go and buy beads, and I'm going to make a beaded dragonfly.
Oh, I have some beads that might work.
Ooh,
if I know where they are.
Because bronze Stellina.
I have
And
bronze
so I
Stellina.
told him, I was like, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast. And he was all like, what? And I was like, you better buy more.
Yes, I did watch his, I think it was maybe his first or second episode that I watched.
Yeah, and they're nice and short. So it's good for if I'm just like quickly doing something, I
Yeah.
put them on. So yeah, so check them out. The accent, I love accents. I mean, I think that's why I love knitting. I love too.
I started
one
watching
of the reasons.
Sherlock. We started watching
Oh
Sherlock.
my god, I love it. Have you
And-
ever seen it?
I'm watching the British one. I hadn't
With
seen it before.
Cumberland.
And it just gets me because, well, if you watch The Hobbit, these two should not be friends.
Are they both in The Hobbit? Her geek showing and my non-geek is showing. Okay, but on Sherlock, they're wicked together.
Yes.
Let's just put it that
Well,
way.
they were quite good in the Hobbit too.
You know what? That's my geek, is like Sherlock and stuff.
Yes, it's true. We have different geekiness.
We have different geekiness. And Grocery Girls, which we already talked about.
Yes.
About the mini skeins I messed up. So, but yay for prize. I wrote them out. I was like, you can keep it for yourself. I will not judge. Or you can use it for a giveaway if you really have to. But I was like, slip it in the stash. Yeah. But they were better people than me.
Really, I sympathize with Tracy because she was saying how she was just getting over a bout of food poisoning, and I was sick in bed on the weekend.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at the sick in bed. I'm thinking about the rest of the story that I know is coming.
We had gone out for my brother-in-law's getting married, and here it's tradition that you do what's called a Jack and Jill or a Buck and Doe for
tradition.
The couple. So basically it's a party that's meant to sort of fundraise for the couple to help them pay for the wedding or their honeymoon or house or whatnot. So you basically buy a ticket to attend, and then it's a cash bar, and there will be different draws and prizes and stuff that you can buy tickets to enter the draw, and everything there is meant to raise money for the couple. So we went. And I had volunteered to be the designated driver because I figured my husband would be, I'm a weak drinker, so I figured he would be more supportive. And we got home, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to feel like crap tomorrow, like just awful.
And you're going to bang the pots around and make some really yummy food.
And we had 2 lacrosse games Sunday, so go to bed. I wake up at 2 o'clock, and let's just say I didn't go back to sleep because I was sick as a dog. Just sick. So I spent my Sunday literally laying in bed watching podcasts and getting up briefly to run to a lacrosse game, come home, lay in bed again till the next game. So I felt for you, Tracy. It's not fun.
But the best part was, didn't her kids bring her the iPad with her dad on Skype while she's lying in bed half dead?
My dad called me on FaceTime, and then they bring the phone right up, and I'm like literally laying in bed. I don't want to talk to anyone right now. And he had my aunt on there too. And I haven't talked to my aunt in years.
Speaking of puking stories, did you see the thing
on
Facebook?
I wish it were.
The guy who's taking his wife out for a night out.
Funny.
He's driving the kid home. And the kid puked. He must have been only like 18 months old.
Just a little
kid.
Guy.
Puked in the car seat. And I guess the dad's a sympathetic puker because he had to pull over and he's puking on this woman's front lawn. And she comes out and accuses him of like drunk driving and calls the police. And the police show up and he's still like, yeah. And the poor kid is still covered in vomit in the back seat. And he passes the breath. But then he's like, he drove home with all the windows down, like, and you know what? I've totally been there with a kid puking in the back seat and like gagging. And car seats, they're not made to clean. No, car seats are evil for the puke.
Devil.
Yeah, so
I say just take it out and leave it out in the rain. Hose it down.
Now I'm feeling my gag reflexes going a little.
Okay.
Changing subjects.
I see here in our notes that you also watched Jilly this week.
I haven't
gotten to it yet.
Oh, I love Jilly. I don't know. I put her on when I'm going to be like re-skiing because I like to look up and because she's very eloquent in her speaking, so I find it very soothing to listen to her while I'm re-skiing. Yes, it's very, and you know what? She's so calm and she's so level, and I just she makes me feel soothed. You know what I mean? So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed her. Then I started getting stressed out about the whole Knitalong, Jane Austen Knitalong, and how I haven't dyed my wool yet, and May's almost over, and I could just hear you in my head saying, it's over the end of May. Not that you speak like that, but you know what I mean. And so then I started getting stressed out, but then I had to like relax because Jilly was talking, and it's good. and then we both watched the big 20.
Chelsea and Sue.
Legacy Knits 20.
I like the balloons.
I liked the balloons too. Although the 2 and the 0 would have been really cool.
Yes.
It would not have been
I like
overwhelming, but I did like the polka dots. I did like the polka dots a lot.
I love that they have emergency snacks. We need to start having emergency snacks.
As I was watching that, I thought the same thing. I was like, why don't we? But we'll have emergency snacks next week with our birthday cake. It'll be super
Next 2
yummy. I think we need sprinkles.
Yeah. Strawberry shortcake. I want strawberry shortcake for my birthday episode. I'll even make it.
It's not fair if you have to make it yourself.
Well, it's better if it's homemade.
Okay, you do make really good cake. Yeah. You know what my favorite cake is too? Black Forest cake. Yummy.
I can't do it.
I could eat a cheesecake too.
Yes.
Angel food cake, less calories for me.
That is good.
The strawberries
and stuff. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
and whipped cream.
Yummy.
Yeah, so we're planning our emergency snacks for next episode. So
I see you have some yarn here.
So I wanted to show, yes, we both have yarn here to show. Yes. So it's the middle of the month, and I'm pretty sure everybody has their monthly yarn for me. If not, someone out a little bit late last week. I'm really sorry, guys. So if you haven't gotten it yet, I'm sure it will be any day now.
But avert your eyes.
But avert your eyes if you haven't seen it. If not, you might want to cover your eyes because it's a little bright. I did stripes this month for the first time, a striped pencil, and oh my god, was that time consuming. It might not happen again anytime soon, but are you ready for this? This is the stripes! We're doing like electric orange and like flamingo pink, and they're stripes, they're just equal stripes, and then your toes have your wood brown and orange and pink in the toes, so it'll make a nice little variegated stripy toe. And then you have your cuffs. So the pink's a little bit pinker than usual to go with your pink. It's not quite the same pink because I wanted it to be a little darker. And then your toes. So this is my May. I'm very happy with it. It's nice and bright. It makes me happy. And so I think I have a few spots open for June. I still have to post them. They're not up yet because I have a few people who haven't renewed. So we'll be open. And I think I want to say June's going to be purple. But I don't hold me to that because it might not happen.
We'll see what happens the day of.
I'm a little, when it comes to the day of, I might throw something out else in the pot because unpredictable is my middle name. But anyways, if you've ever wondered how my pencils come, so there's my pencil sock right there. It comes, you get your, So if you knit top down, from cuff down, you get the cuffs. So it has the pink and the gray together. So you knit this section all as one. And then you tie in your main skein whenever you want to. And you do all the way down, including your heel, whatever heel you want to do, because you have all the yellow. And then when you're ready to do your toes, and you have like 2 inches left, that's when you have, well, obviously this one isn't brown and black, but you have your brown and your black toe. So I used to do it so that you differentiate between toe up and cuff down, but it was just, it was a little confusing, I think, for people when they were buying.
More room for packaging error, too.
Yeah, more room for packaging error, and it was just a little bit more time consuming to actually do. So that's my pencils.
I have 2 that I'm going to show. So the first one will also be my Club colorway. So if you haven't got it in yet and you want to be surprised, avert your eyes. This is May's Club colorway.
Isn't it pretty?
So,
it's not picking up the subtles in the green.
No.
The greens are beautiful, like they really are.
So there is the dark green, and then there's a lighter green right here, and then this here is like a beigey, gray beigey color, and then
silvery.
Yeah,
woody.
It's a very unique sort of color.
You know what? It's that brown silver that you can't differentiate between. Is it silver? Is it brown? Is it taupe?
I really like it. Yeah,
that's a good word. I like that
so
word.
The neutral. It's hard to tell here, but it does have speckles of this taupe color in it. And this color is called Birch.
I like it.
And like I mentioned on last week's episode, the first batch that I did didn't come out exactly the way I had envisioned.
The taupe is different.
It's still beautiful, but the taupe is gray. So there will be skeins of those.
Silver birch.
I call it silver birch.
Silver birch.
Those will be going in the shop.
That's so smart.
So for the first time, I've only done the club for 5 months, but for the first time you'll be able to get something similar to the club colorway in the shop.
It's very similar. It's only a few shades off.
Yeah. So this is the May Club colorway. And then
This one's exciting.
I mentioned last week that I was dyeing a special colorway to support the Yarn Harlot as she does her Friends for Life bike rally this summer. And if you don't know, it's to support people living with AIDS in the Greater Toronto area. And she does this every year. It's a 600-kilometer ride from Toronto to Montreal.
I drive that. I could not imagine biking that.
And they do it in less than a week.
And they camp, which is fun.
Yeah, they do. And I think there's they sleep in at Queen's University in their residence housing, and that's like one of the only times they'll have running water and a bed to sleep in.
Yeah.
And otherwise they camp.
Yeah.
But every year she does on her website, she will do people can donate prizes, and then she'll give them out to people who have donated to support her and her whole team, which is called My Pace or Yours this year.
And is her daughter's doing it again this year?
I don't think her daughter is racing this year because she's getting married.
Ooh, I missed
Though one of her
that.
daughters is getting married. But, so what I did was I dyed this colorway, which is called Friends for Life.
I love that pinky red raspberry.
Yeah, it's not a saturated red, but it's a red. It's not a pink.
Really?
But it's sort of a muted red.
Yeah.
It's not like a super saturated
I'm trying
one.
to think of a good explanation for it, but it's...
Yeah, I couldn't
It's...
quite come up with...
I don't know. I can't come up with a word for it, but it's a muted red. It's not saturated.
No. And then there's, so there's the red, a gray stripe, a white stripe, and then another gray stripe.
Almost
and
like faded jeans. You know how that blue fades? It's like that.
It's kind of like that.
But you don't want to say faded red because people get upset by that. But it's muted.
It's muted. It's not like in your face fire engine red.
No, it's not.
Which is funny because I actually used fire engine red to dye it as part of.
Oh, really?
It's one of the two reds that I used in it. And the grays are two different tones of gray as well.
Yes, they are.
So what I'm doing is with the sale of each skein of this colorway, I'm donating $5 Canadian to support the Yarn Harlot.
Very subtle.
So
What color is the mini?
The mini is gray. It's the darker of the two grays.
Very nice.
So this is up in the shop. It went up yesterday.
Ooh, get it while you can. It's going to be gone.
And so I'm looking forward to helping her out this year, supporting her this year. Exciting.
Yay. I know. I want to go to the bridge and watch them go by this year.
Mm-hmm.
And wave.
Mm-hmm. Bring her knitting.
Ooh, wouldn't that be fancy? We should do that.
I remember the one year, it was like the first leg or the second leg of the race, and she lost her knitting needle. I'm like, I could just run you one. Of course, there's a signature needle, and I don't have one. But
not yet.
Not yet.
Soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see how it goes. I'm not ready to take the leap yet, but if all goes well for you, I might.
This year, I will learn how to do double
porcupine wrestling knitting. Here she comes. Yeah. So I have a bit of a shop announcement.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna hate me, but I haven't put up the post yet for Instagram, my 3,000 follower giveaway, because I was gone and I didn't have internet. So I'm at 3,337. No, 3,037. Oops, I added an extra 300. Oopsies. So you still have time if you haven't friended me yet. Follow me, and I'm hoping to do that this afternoon when I get home after podcasting. I will put it up with the super
And so you have to comment on. Oh, you have to
comment and you have to answer a question. You might have to tag one friend, but you don't have to repost it because I know that gets annoying.
Yeah.
But you will have to tell me something. Okay. I keep feeling like I'm squinting, but my contacts are bothering me today. So if I'm squinting, that's why. It's a contact issue.
It's not like an interrogation tactic.
Yeah, there's no bright light in my face. Actually, it's very bright and sunny today. Which I think maybe I'm just so like winterized. I'm like, sun.
Vampire.
It's like it's the ginger in me shining away from the sun. I'm gonna burn. I'm melting. So do you have any store announcements? What's up in your shop right now? If people go to your shop right now, what can they buy?
You will find. So this here is Friends for Life in a skein.
Oh, looks so
that will be up in the shop. And this is suits. Suits are not for everyone. That
it was a tough one between suits and where did I put it? It's gone.
And then
where did it go?
Tequila Sunrise.
You have it. It's in your lap. Tequila Sunrise. I had to choose.
It is also in the shop.
I had to choose. Do you know how hard it was to choose between these two?
It's because of the teal.
It's the teal.
You turned down teal.
No, I didn't, because there's teal in that one.
That's turquoise.
Okay, I love them both equally. Don't make me choose between teal and turquoise, because I love them both. They're my loves.
This guy came back in stock.
Oh, perfect timing.
This is...
Isn't there some baseball-y thing going on right now?
Come together. What, the season?
There you
The
go.
regular season going on.
No, there's a sport thing in Toronto that's really big right now. Basketball?
Yes.
There you go.
The Raptors
There you
are in
go.
the playoffs.
I remember when they came to Toronto and there was this big, you wouldn't have known because you were in Europe, but there was a big competition about naming them. And I have this vivid memory walking in my schoolyard and people talking about what they should name them, and one of the kids thought that Raptors was a good name. I'm sure more than one person suggested it, but someone at my school suggested Raptors.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So these 3 dyes renewed.
They're
the
in
shop
stock
this
right
week.
now.
And
what's in the pot that I can see right now?
Princess Party and Signature, they have been dyed.
Ainsley might need that.
And then
Do you have a half skein of that?
not currently.
Next time you dye one, can you dye an extra
Sure.
half skein?
And I will also Birdster is being dyed today, and then Cherry Blossoms probably either tonight or tomorrow.
Good
And
to
then I have a
go.
new one.
Ooh.
I have a new one coming.
Ooh.
Not in the store yet. Next week.
Ooh. So we'll be able to show that on the podcast next week.
Yes.
And life should get back to normal next week. We should be able
This
to get
one-
back to Thursdays.
This one has been on an international adventure. We'll see if it shows up. I'm very nervous.
Well, now I want to know.
All will be disclosed.
And you never told me about the way you made your reds different. Do you remember
Oh.
in Celebrate the Night?
Yes.
You never told me. So I'm holding you to that.
I'll
that she
tell
has
you
to tell
after.
me. Yes. No, not now. You can't tell them. They don't have a best friend card to play. I have the best friend card to play. I earned that, damn it.
It's true.
So what, do you have anything else? Because I think,
Yes.
Yes.
I do. Selfish Summer Sock Cow.
Yay!
You guys are knitting already. There's finished socks already.
No.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. Oh.
It's awesome. You guys.
They're
So,
fast. You guys
I
are fast.
posted the thread. It's the chatter thread right
Can
now.
they have more than one entry
Yeah.
if they do more than one sock?
Yeah. So the chatter thread is up right now, and it has the rules in it. So basically, any socks that were knit in May and June, so starting after May 1st, cast off by June 30th, they will qualify.
We have till June 30th.
June 30th.
And then we're having another Knitalong on July 1st, aren't we?
And I'm going to put up the FO thread because now we have an FO, so I might as well put up the FO thread.
Who has an FO? Do you remember who it was?
No, I can't remember. They're pink. They're beautiful.
Okay, you
And,
keep talking and I will look it up
in
because she
the-
needs a special mention.
Yeah. In the FO thread, just post a picture of your finished sock, and if you want to include any information about like the pattern and the yarn, that would be great. Or link it to your project page because people are going to want to know. But do one post per project, and the FO thread will be non-chatter.
Yeah.
Just, that makes
Yeah,
it
yeah.
easier for us when we draw winners.
Winners.
But I can't believe socks done already.
I know.
Socks done already.
I still feel like, oh, I'm playing episode 9 by mistake. Oh my god, my phone's not listening
I can tell
to
you
me.
what happens.
In episode 9?
Mm-hmm.
My phone is...
I watched it many times.
Oh my god, because...
I had the worst luck getting it up. So first, there's the whole
electronics are
kerfuffle
evil.
with the file being corrupted, and then after we re-recorded it twice, then I edited the whole episode, and then the file wouldn't save. Wouldn't save.
When you told me that
There
the file
was-
wasn't going to save, I was like, I can't do it anymore.
And there was tons of hard drive space for it to save on. That wasn't the problem. I don't know what the problem was, but it would not save. And then I'm like, so then I deleted the app and reinstalled the app. Now I had to re-edit the whole thing. So there might be things in the show notes that were linked, but were not in the captions on the screen. But that was because I had to do it again. And then it did behave on that tray. Thank God.
Dueling needles.
Dueling needles.
Here, I'm pulling up the
Done
picture of her
already.
socks. Done already. I can't get a good picture to show you guys though.
It's in
But
the
they're
thread.
pink. It's in the
Unraveled.
thread.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, I'm super impressed. I'm just trying to figure out what wool it is.
Yeah.
Mishoni from Yarn Box, Mode Knit Yarn.
Oh,
It's the April Yarn Box.
fun.
Hey, so they're like twinsies to mine. They're
There you
like
go.
siblings. Oh, they're like sibling socks. That's so exciting. Mode Knit Yarns. I've never heard of them. Have you heard of Mode Knit Yarns?
No. That's the
Gonna
whole
have to
beauty
check
of
them
Yarn
out.
Box. You get to hear about all kinds of indie dyers you might not know about.
Like me.
So, do you have anything else to say? Share?
Yes, actually. So up in my shop, I don't have anything much listed right now because I'm trying desperately to go from dye to order to in stock. Because I hate that you guys have to wait 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks to get my wool. Nobody wants to wait for wool, and I totally get that. So I'm gonna take maybe a week from posting anything because I'm desperately trying to fill orders that have already been placed and get ahead.
So are you planning on doing like a weekly update, like say
Yes.
Fridays at noon?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, Friday would be my day. So I will literally dye whatever I can that week, and that's all I'll put up for sale for that week. Just so that everything will go out on Monday and you'll wait, like literally nothing. And then I'll have more time to do new colorways. Because right now, which I love, you guys love my pencils and paper and monkeys so much, but all I'm doing is paper, pencils, and monkeys, and I don't have time to put up new colorways or to even do like knitting for gradients. So I'm kind of want to diversify a little. I need a...
That's a good plan for summer because summer gets busy and sometimes you just don't have time for pre-orders.
Exactly. So if you're wondering why there's nothing up in the shop, I am still dyeing paper and pencil and sock monkey and pretty much everything. I'm still dyeing them, but just right now I'm not taking pre-orders for right now. So I will be putting them back up as I dye them, hopefully starting next week. Once I'm done with the whole dance competition season, this is our last competition this week. I'm leaving again tomorrow for it. And then all she has is a big recital, and that's only one day. So I will be back to normal. Hockey season's over. Dance season's going to be over.
All our seasons are just starting.
I know.
Soccer, baseball,
switch.
lacrosse.
Yeah. No, I'm ready. And you know what? I think the kids actually will be good with me dyeing this summer.
Yeah.
They'll want to help. So I might have more
One of a kinds.
more one of a kinds going up. But no, I think it should be okay. I think I'm gonna get ahead of the game.
It's good. Jody was talking about that this week because she had been doing the scheduled updates, like update this time, whatever, and she was saying, great because people know when to shop. Sometimes it gets frustrating as a shopper because things will sell out and you'll get cart jacked, but you'll know when to go. Yeah. So she was, I think, thinking of starting to put things in like some here, but not really announce it. That's kind of how I've been doing it. I've been dyeing a batch of whatever and then listing it when it's ready. Yeah. And then if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. But there's not a set time a week where it's like a frenzy. But it's just how what works for you too. Yeah. And I think like if I'll be able to do bigger batches of things. So I'll be able to do like 20 pencils at the same time. And that way they won't all hopefully disappear on the same. Yeah. Maybe not. But I'm going to try and make it so everybody can still get things, but it's just you're not waiting for so long. Yeah. Because waiting sucks. I hate waiting for mail. So I don't want you guys to have to wait for mail anymore. So I'm going to try and get this under control. I'm so excited. Almost there. I'm almost there. Another week and I should be, if you're waiting for an order from me, next week is the big week. I'll be cleared. I'm excited. So that's it. We have dye pots waiting.
We have dye pots waiting. We gotta go. We gotta get you some wool. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks. If this was your first podcast with us, thanks for sticking around and watching us.
Thanks for coming back, everybody.
Yeah, you know what? I love getting messages saying they love our podcast.
I love the comments. I love the chatter.
Yeah, and I'm still crazy blown mind that we're in people's living rooms and
I know.
Who knows who just listened to us ramble on for an hour. Like seriously, it could have been your kids. It could have been your husband. It could have been, maybe it was your best friend. Maybe you have a knitting best friend too. Anyway, so thanks for having us in your house for an hour and we'll see you again next week. Bye guys. Happy knitting.